Whew. How's everybody doing today? I don't think the video on that actually played on on YouTube for some reason for my intro. Hopefully you guys are seeing me though. It looks like I'm in the show, so that's good. That's good. StreamYard is kind of acting funny, so that's weird. But that's okay. We always figure things out, right? We always do. We see Teresa Cobb is in the chat. Hey, Teresa, so excited. Thanks for the invite. Of course, I always want to invite people if I can. Just checking to make sure this stream is working properly here. Let me know if you can see and hear me okay, Teresa, or anybody else that might be in the chat. It says 5 people are watching, so because I'm just going to the YouTube thing and I don't see it, but yet I do see it on the StreamYard. So hi. Okay, I think I must be okay. Let me just double check. Just look at this and see. You never know sometimes. Okay, yeah, it looks like I'm there. There we go. Did you see the opening video with I hope you saw it. But I don't think you did because it wasn't showing up on StreamYard. But I'm seeing me at least on StreamYard. I'm not sure why, but we heard the music. Technology, huh? And see and hear. That's good to know. That's always important. It's just my computer a little bit so I have some. You guys can see the top of my head, my slightly thinning out hair sort of thing going on there. Macabre is called Classic Horse. Hey, Kimberly. Hey, Steve. She says, good to see you in there. And Carl Bisla, the reigning TCM trivia champion, is tuned in. Shameless self-plug. Hey, you won fair and square, right? It was close, though. It was close. I remember that. It was a long time ago. And there's our old buddy, Poopa Das. New promotion, Vintage Films. Hey, Poopa, how you doing? And associate producer now, new associate producer of Unseen. Thanks so much for contributing there, Poopo, and we really, really appreciate it. We're going to have some guests on today. Yes, the thumbnail wasn't specific to who was showing up, so we weren't 100% sure who's all coming on and not, so we just wanted to keep it simple. Got a bit of the cast, and we have another special guest coming on. So, yeah, may as well get right to it. Oh, we got Nox Mortem. Hello, sorry, I'm like, hey, this is early for most people. Some people don't come on until an hour into the stream, until we're almost done. And I'm sure we'll get some people coming in late tonight as well. But please do, if you're not subscribed, if you haven't hit the thumbs up or thumbs down button, you can hit either, or I don't mind. Please do so. We really appreciate it. It helps the channel out. I don't get to do enough of these live streams, so I don't get to plug the channel as much these days as I did a few years ago. So I think this is only my third show this year. It's number 85 total, though. So I mean, 2021 and 2022. We were doing a lot of these, and then 2023 I slowed down quite a bit because of this movie, and then 2024 I think I did one show all in 2024. So we're at number 3 for this year, though. So hey, that's we've tripled We've tripled, so that's good. I want to start by first adding our one of our guests here, one of the actors in the film, who I see for sure is in the backstage already. Don't want to keep him waiting too long, but this is the actor Bill D. Russell. Hey, Bill, how are you doing?
Doing all right, man. How are you?
Oh, can't complain. I've been a busy bee, as you can probably imagine.
Good for you.
Oh, good for all of us, really. I mean, we're
Right?
all
Exactly. Yeah.
involved in this film, and yeah, sure, I have a larger role than most everybody involved in this film, but
a little bit, yeah.
But you know, hey, you put your effort into it, and we make it happen.
There you go.
I just want to thank you for being so active on social media, really plugging away at everything, and it definitely really helps.
I have nothing better to do anyway. So.
What are you talking about? Aren't you in like a million different films?
That's the wizardry of self-promotion. I can create that illusion.
Well, you're good at it. I'll say that much.
No, I'm fortunate. In addition to Unseen, I have at least 3 other projects that have finally come out this year. It's weird how the making of them is quite staggered, and then for whatever reason they all come out within months of each other. So I'm not complaining.
You can't complain. I mean, hey, no. Work is work, right?
Hey.
Do you do anything other? Do you do anything besides acting though for work? Or is this
absolutely nothing? Nothing contributing to society. I'm retired. I worked for the Chicago Tribune for close to 30 years in their editorial information center. It's like a corporate library.
Okay.
So I didn't have a library degree, but most of the people in that department had a master's of library science degree.
There you go. So, Kimberly from Macabre says,
"Hey, Bill." Hey, hi there.
Kimberly's great. She's one of our associate producers as well.
Yes.
There's Pupo. Truly a great cast. We were really blessed with this cast. I just got to say, we had, and you were. I know you weren't there, Bill, but man, the couple weeks leading up to making this movie, we had to recast about 3 big characters in the movie.
Yeah, I remember. I remember you calling me and saying, "Hey, we got to talk. Few things are going to change." Hey, but you rolled with it and did what you had to do. So
hey, you know, this is a movie made for tens of thousands of dollars, not tens of millions of dollars. So,
right, exactly.
You know, you have to make some sacrifices, but man, oh man. And usually when you're put in this situation, you end up with some not so good acting. However, I think we actually did pretty good after cutting this film together and seeing what we have and hearing the response from BayView. I don't know if you saw I imagine you saw the press release that BayView.
And I shared that as well. Yeah.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. So, I mean, it just goes to show you I must not be wearing my rose-colored glasses too hard here. So, you know.
Yeah, BayView also distributed They Came Back From Somewhere, the Cross Star film. So
okay,
I'm happy to be in the BayView stable.
I've heard good things about my good friend Jason Pitts. His movie, The Forest Through the Trees, is distributed through BayView as well. Yeah. So he just got it released recently. So he said he's had good things about BayView. So I was all on board. There you go.
And congratulations on that, by the way.
Wow, I'm glad we got it in the can. I'm glad we've got a film that looks pretty complete. It looks pretty awesome. The only things we really have to do are get our final credits together. So we're just we are. Oh my God, there's a rat outside. Oh my God, just looking out my window. There's a big rat outside. Sorry, you guys didn't need to know that, but I just see this giant rat, and it's like, whoa, I don't see that too often.
if you want to remake Ben and Willard,
maybe
this might be a sign. It's time for another giant rat movie.
No, I think we need to move. Is what.
And I'm going to suggest Corey Feldman.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Because he's available and he's eccentrically crazy.
Poopa, what did he say here? This is going to be an intense psychological thriller. I think so. I think it is. So we'll see. We'll see if you guys like. It won't be for everybody, obviously, but
I
I
was
think there's
watching
an
the
audience.
trailer like over and over the other day, and
I think if
I'm
you
very
like the
impressed
trailer,
with how it's looking.
yeah, I think if you like that teaser that we released, I think you'll like the movie. But we are going to do another trailer for BayView since they've come on as distributors. So we're going to do an official trailer with BayView, and
That'll be awesome.
That is going to be pretty cool. And speaking of that trailer, joining us right now is the man who's actually going to be putting this trailer together. We've been collaborating on a trailer, and he does all of our graphic art. So I don't think I've ever had him on the show before, but he was like, I'm game. So here he is, the great man himself of More Sense Designs, Joe Lawrence. Hey, Joe, how you doing?
Woo!
Oh,
Hey, Joe.
do I got? Hey, how's it going, everybody? Yeah, I don't think you've had me on here. We attempted a couple times, but technology just ain't in my fortune, I guess. So
Yet you make
I
all
apologize for that.
You make all these awesome graphic designs and stuff for not just me, but for other people like Michelle Blasky and with the Third Channel posters and all the. I think you did all the effects in that movie and stuff too, if I'm not mistaken. And
that I can't give anything away on that, but I'm definitely proud of that one. Working with Michelle, that was my second time, other than the Sawyer Massacre, working on graphics and that, and with that one being the Third Channel, like you had to go as big as you can. So I tried, but it's a learning process, definitely.
No, I think you did pretty darn good considering. That's for sure.
Well, I appreciate that.
I would never know you have technology problems though. So,
wow.
Seeing the stuff that you put together, but I have technology problems. I did the intro of the show and there was no video.
I blame StreamYard. I don't swear, every time I use StreamYard, there's issues.
You know what?
Exactly.
Anytime I'm doing a show with just myself and no guests, I don't use StreamYard. I just go straight through OBS, and I have no problems. And the sound is better. I don't know. I feel like the OBS virtual camera, it looks better, personally. But that's just me. I don't know. But I also use the free version of StreamYard. I'm too cheap to pay for stuff. I mean, it's not that I'm cheap. It's that I'm broke, is what it really is. I mean,
you're practical enough to work within your financial boundaries. That's very astute of you. That's not being cheap.
I wouldn't say that so much. I wouldn't say that so much with the movie though, because I mean, I'd probably, we raised, I don't know, I'm guessing around 20 grand on Indiegogo for Unseen, and we pretty much doubled it with our own money. So. Nice. You have to, honestly, guys, 20 grand is just not enough to make a feature film. I mean, it could be if you're really lucky. And we got pretty lucky in some areas for sure. I mean, I think, we didn't have to pay much on the cast. We had barely any expenses for locations. The food was lower priced, I would say, than it probably could have been. But, we still had to pay for food. But it was the audio, the cameras and all that kind of. That's where the money is. I mean, if you want the movie to look good, you have to have a good camera. You have to have good audio. And you can't be like, oh, I can just hold a mic and that'll be good enough for audio, right? You just can't.
Really, that's not good enough.
I've done that
because I've seen a lot of movies on Tubi that would would differ with you.
I made one movie, a short film. It was just an experimental short. I was like, can we make this for $200 Canadian? And I think I spent $275 because we had to buy a plug-in for this microphone, but we just manned it ourselves. And like one of the crew was manning it most of the time, but none of us were proper sound guys. So the mic itself was good, but we had some audio issues for sure. And that movie actually became part of an anthology. You guys can watch that on Tubi. It's part of an anthology called what's it called now? Oh my goodness, that's gonna horror something. A horror. It's like a
So
horror
look up
anthology.
horror something anthology.
There you
Come
go.
right to your movie.
It's the third one in the series.
It just rolls off the tongue.
It does, doesn't it?
Oh yeah.
But it's funny that a $200 short can get, 200, well, about 200 American, I guess you would say. Horror, what was it called? Oh man, of course.
Well, it's never about how much you spend, man. It's just the passion of doing it.
Oh,
Like
Horror-a-thon Volume 3. Horror-a-thon
there you
Volume 3. There's a Volume
I will
1
look for
and Volume 2. Yeah, go check it out. It's on Tubi. My film is called Disorder, and so you can see that. I think I even have Disorder on YouTube here. I didn't think much of it at the time. I thought, we'd make a cool little short and see if I can do it for really cheap and make something look, half decent, and see if it's good enough to put into some festivals, and see if we can get anything out of it. And we got a couple nominations, and I think might have even won an award or two. I'm trying to remember if we actually won. I didn't enter it into a lot. Like maybe I entered into 10 festivals, and definitely got at least I got into some of the festivals for sure. I can't remember if we won any awards or not, but
Just say you won a bunch of awards.
Sure.
Nobody will look. Nobody's going to chat.
yeah, little bullshit, man. You gotta.
As a former professional fact checker, nobody will check.
I think we did, though. I have to double check that, though. But I think we did at least win one award. I'll have to double check, but
Well, just remind me to watch my tongue, man. I keep forgetting about the YouTube rules on swearing. So.
Oh, is there YouTube rules on swearing now? Is there? I didn't even know that. I'm not paying attention. I do not keep up with the news, guys. I don't keep up with anything. All this is new to me. Was going live on Facebook a couple weeks ago before the new campaign dropped. By the way, link for the campaign's in the description. Donate, people, donate. We have a contest for an associate producer going on right now, and the more donations we get, whoever contributes the most gets an associate producer credit. Just saying. And we've had a couple people that have done a good amount of donations, but there's definitely lots of room to make ground. I'll just say that much.
There you go.
What was I saying again? Now I lost my train of thought. I kind of do this. I go.
Yeah, the awards you won. You were nominated for an Oscar, I believe. Short subject Oscar.
A couple of Golden Globes.
That's not a win. It was just a nomination.
Raspberry.
We did win a few for the SAWYER Massacre. That's for sure. We definitely did win. I think we won 3 or 4 different awads for.
And that's still on YouTube. Is that correct?
It is still on YouTube.
If somebody hasn't seen that, watch it.
Yeah. I think there's 2 awards for Nika.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Allison. So that was pretty cool that she won a couple of awards. And actually, Nika just had a baby. Congrats to Nika.
No way.
Yeah, no, she's very young. She's only in her early 20s. She was only 18 or 19 at the time that we shot SAWYER Massacre. So, but yeah, congrats to her. She's just decided that she wanted to have a baby, and she got married and had a baby very quick. And I don't know if she's doing any acting anymore. It doesn't sound like she is, to be honest, which kind of sucks. That part of it sucks because she is.
That happens.
She's low, and she's local to me too. That's what kind of sucks. Is I wanted to have her. I actually wanted to have her in Unseen when we were recasting. I was like, she was the first person I asked. And at first she was like, sure, but then I think her relationship kind of took over, and things happened fast. And I think we lost an actor in our community, and we don't have a lot of great talent in my community, so it kind of sucks that I think
when an actor puts their child ahead of their career, that just makes me doubt their professionalism.
Their family life, and their family life.
How dare they?
That's obscene.
We got some new people on here. We got Alexi Angelino. It's one of our producers. Thank you, Alexi.
Hello.
And Jeff Harbor is in the chat. I don't know if we've ever had Jeff in the chat before, but Jeff is one of two musicians that are featured in Unseen. I do the original score to Unseen, as I'm sure a lot of you know. Had a lot of fun doing that, but we did have on our, I think it was our very first Indiegogo campaign, the perk to have your music featured, and Jeff Harbour is going to have one of his songs featured. I believe the song's called "Baby Come Home." I think. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, Jeff. And then the band Spellgrinder. If you guys are familiar with Spellgrinder, they have a huge following. So they have one of their songs called "Outside Looking In." I'm so bad with remembering things these days, but so that's pretty cool. And we have somebody else joining us. It looks like we have the wonderful Jamie Hill. Hey, Jamie, how are you doing?
Oh, wow.
Hey, Jamie.
Hi, everybody.
There you go. Yeah, Jeff says, "Yep, baby, come home." Yeah, that's the song. Awesome. Thank you so much, Jeff, for tuning in. Glad you can tune in tonight and meet some of our cast and our wonderful graphic artist Joe Lawrence of More Sense Designs. I'm glad you put that in your name there. I just put Steve for me. And
well, I was gonna put a false name, but it kind of doesn't make sense.
Steve, it's your show. I don't think you have to put in more than Steve.
Yeah. Sometimes I want to put the dude, as I'm a big
as well. You should, yeah.
Big Lebowski fan. That's my all-time favorite film is The Big Lebowski. I know you guys are probably shocked that it's not a horror movie. That's my favorite of all time. But The Big Lebowski, that's my favorite.
It's a thriller, though.
That would spice up the title, though.
Genre.
I guess so. I mean, the toe, the toe, that wasn't her toe, dude. That wasn't her toe. But Walter biting off the dude's ear. Hey, we want some money, Lebowski.
Oh yeah, that's a classic. That one.
So since we have Jamie here, Jamie is actually the only person that was actually on set. Jamie, have you ever met Bill before?
No.
I didn't think you had, but because Bill is in Chicago.
I based out of Chicago. I actually live in Michigan now.
Oh, okay. I think you've mentioned that to me before.
Yeah, so I'm halfway between Chicago and Detroit, which works out well for me. I have agency representation both places. So.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
But Jamie was on set for the very first scene that we shot in the movie. Now, Jamie, we booked you a flight to get here. You're not that far away. You're only in Edmonton, right? Is it Edmonton?
That's right. Yeah.
Okay, so you're not too far away. We pretty much drove to Edmonton this summer, but we had a very quick transition. You had booked you a flight here and then a flight back within like 2 hours, and I thought, well, I bet we could knock out this.
A little bit more than that, but yeah,
maybe a little bit more. Not much. Not much.
Not when we got rain and noise and construction. And,
it was a tight window, and I remember getting it all set up, and we start shooting, and everything's going okay, and then all of a sudden, what happened? What happened again, Jamie? Do you remember?
Well, we had construction, and then there was hail.
The hail was, the construction was bad off the bat. Believe it or not, the construction did not play as bad of a part as I thought it would. I mean, it wasn't good.
It's weather that is the worst.
Yeah, the weather was not good. But we were able to work around the construction. I didn't do ADR with you, but I did ADR with Tammy Wyatt, who plays Ashley, who's in that scene with you. And there was one of your lines I was like, boy, maybe we should ADR this, but I made it work. I did some trickery with some sound effects and stuff like that, and nobody's complained about it, so I guess it sounds okay. Actually,
nobody has complained about it yet, eh?
Not about. Well, I mean, hey,
how many people have seen it? Yeah.
The producer, Alexi's seen it.
Okay, I got you.
All right, I trust Alexi, so.
I have no idea how many.
Have you been getting letters and postcards or something?
Well, at least as long as you didn't replace your voice with like a lion call or
No,
something.
no.
Like that,
I have no idea how many people at BayView have actually seen it. I know Peter Castro has seen it though, and he's the head. So I have no idea exactly if a lot of people have seen it or not. But the producers and Peter Castro have definitely seen it for sure. There we go. So we have one more person joining us, and then we'll get into a nice big discussion. People in the chat, feel free to ask questions if you'd like. But joining us now on location, I think, from he's coming from a film set, is Douglas Vermeeren. Another fellow.
Hey, everybody. I
Hey,
still have
Doug.
blood on me from this movie, too. Sorry, everybody. Hey, guys. There's a couple that I know there. How's it going?
Oh, there you go.
Hi, Douglas.
hello, sir.
How's it going,
How you
everybody?
doing? So
Crazy, but good.
you're on the set of a Western right now, is it?
Yeah, it's called Cowboy Bloodbath. It's kind of like John Wick in the West, and I'm the lead on it.
I like
for
that.
Sony. It's for Sony
Wow.
Pictures. And I've got, I just lost his last name. Daniel, who is on Nightmare on Elm Street 4 and 5, is coming in, and I get to beat the crap out of him later this week. So it's
That'll
pretty
be
cool.
fun, right?
Actually, we had John Azuna here earlier who did stunts on The Matrix and a bunch of other shows. I beat the crap out of him, too.
Awesome. That's must be a lot of fun to do.
Sounds like an easy gig there, Doug.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, it's kind of cool because they've got a video game deal on this one, too. So I get to be a video game and a comic book and a bunch of other stuff.
Oh, that is
That's
way
awesome.
cool.
Yeah, so excited about that.
Good for
Sorry, I got
you.
like blood all over me today. So it's like,
You're just bragging now.
oh, I don't know. I feel a loose tooth now. What's going on? Yeah.
I came from catering. Yeah, that cherry pie.
Yeah, it could have been. I was wanting cherry pie. Now that you're saying it, that's a mean thing to do to me. That's cool.
Wasn't my intention.
Yeah. So where's everybody right now? Are you guys all up in Canada? I know, Jamie, you're in Edmonton, aren't you?
I am.
Cool.
I'm in
Cool.
Kelowna. I'm in Canada.
I love
Joe's
Kelowna.
I'm a
also from Canada.
half hour south of Kalamazoo, Michigan.
Kalamazoo, Michigan. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love it.
I'm about 45 out of away from Toronto.
Okay, I'll actually be heading back to Toronto. I just did a movie in Hamilton, and then I don't know if you guys knew, like the Mickey's Mousetrap one with Mickey Mouse, whatever. I'm in the next two of those back to back, so I start that on September 22nd. But they're doing some of that out that way. So yeah,
Nice.
fun.
Sounds like you're very busy. Poopo Dog.
Yes.
Saying a warm welcome to you, Mr. Douglas, who's playing Destry Webster in our movie, a news anchor. So very, very cool. How did so why don't we go around here and ask how everybody got involved with the movie and where we went from there? And yeah, Bill, we'll start with you. How did you get involved with our little movie?
I believe it started out as I lost a bet. No.
I always love stories that start with that.
I as I recall, I just saw that you were posting something about that you were casting the film, and I just reached out to you and expressed interest.
There you go. You did do an audition, as I recall.
I did. Yeah.
And knocked it out of the park. You really impressed our I guess you almost call him our lead actor, even though he's not physically in the movie, Adam Ginsberg, but he's also a producer on the movie.
Oh yeah, Adam. Yeah.
Yeah, Adam. He really liked your. I remember he really.
I remember you saying that, and that was very nice of him. Yeah, I was trying to channel Donald Pleasance without doing a Donald Pleasance impression. So that was my goal.
It worked. It's that must be hard for you though, because you kind of look like Donald Pleasance too.
Well, I get that a lot. I hear that often. So
and
You
never
should do
he's
it.
always in the back of my brain.
Do a Loomis movie.
Yeah,
Pretty cool.
I don't know why you haven't been cast as Loomis in any. There's so many Halloween fan films out there right now.
Actually, on IMDb, there are one or two out there that I'm attached to. Somebody said, "Can we put your name?" As and I say, "Yeah, go ahead."
Have they happened though? Yeah.
So I know there's interest out there.
I don't know. I've seen about at least 10 that have the character of Dr. Loomis in them, and it's like, that's supposed to be your Dr. Loomis, and you know, it's just, you kind of shake your head. But I mean, the good majority of the fan films that do get made, you know, they are unfortunately not great. But you know, I'm not saying I obviously made a fan film, so it's not.
I was gonna say, yeah.
But there's a few out there that aren't great. Hey, there's people that don't like my.
But you're
film.
absolutely correct. Yeah, there are.
Yeah. More so, there's more bad ones than there are good ones. I hate to say, but yeah.
You're probably correct.
Well, those are usually adult films.
There you go. Now, Joe, we go way back. You started working with me on SAWYER Massacre when I was still pretty early in the crowdfunding stage for that movie, and you just kind of reached out. And you know, at the time, I thought that I knew enough about doing graphic art that I would be good enough at doing it. But you did a logo for me first, as I recall, for the SAWYER the main SAWYER Massacre logo. And you know, I just remember I don't, you did like 5 of them. You did like 5 different SAWYER Massacre logos, and I remember just putting that one on a poster. And I thought, whoa, that actually looks really, really good. You know, well, and then the rest is history. I won't not work with you at this point. You know, so how did
you gotta start somewhere. And when I reached out to you, like, you know, I wasn't expecting anything, and I just offered to, you know, because I just seen the title, and if I see something like that, it just bothers me. So if I can improve on it, sure, but I don't, you know, not gonna insult anybody or whatever. I just the way I am.
No, and you know, at the end of the day, my ego's not massive. I knew I was out of my element. I just tried to. At the time, I was a one-man show, and I was trying to do everything myself, and you know, make stuff work myself. And I guess because I tried a couple other graphic designers, and I felt like the stuff I was doing was just as good as what they were doing. So I was like, oh, another graphic artist, here we go. But you know what, you really got it. You know, you really showed. I mean, everything you've done has definitely proved that you know what you're doing, and you're really talented. You know, for somebody who says you're not a professional at this, but holy crap, show them your portfolio, and I don't know. That's just me, though.
I like to try new things, and definitely getting into the movies and that. Like I've been a fan of movies ever since I seen Nightmare on Elm Street when I was like 9 years old, and I didn't sleep too much after that for a while. But you know, just being a fan of the movies and watching them all the time, you know, it's like anything, you pick up stuff. And with me, it's, you know, the credits and I guess you could say the boring stuff. I've heard that term. You know, everybody, all the credits, and then it's just fast forward. You know, nobody ever sees that. But that's the thing about being behind the camera. Like, you know, doing this, it's like foreign to me. Like, you know, I'm appreciated to be on here and meeting everybody and that. But I'm always, you know, behind the camera. That's where I'm comfortable. So, you know, and I appreciate everything that, you know, you've said about my work and that, and I'm always trying to do better. So just getting the opportunity and that it means the world, man. So I can't thank you enough for that.
Well, yeah, for sure. There, Joe. It's I'm glad I met you. At the end of the day, I'm glad I met you, and you're still doing a lot of stuff for me. And so
sounds like a rom-com, man, a Hallmark.
And you're gonna be you're working on a new trailer for our film, and I'm so excited. We've kind of talked about the theme and stuff like that of
definitely
how it's gonna look, and we're pretty darn excited. It'll be an official
no spoilers though.
An official BayView Entertainment trailer, so we're looking forward to that. I'm not sure when we'll be able to release that. I think BayView themselves has to release that trailer. It won't be going on my YouTube channel or anything like that, but we'll let you know where it's available. We might be able to put it on my YouTube channel. I'm not 100% sure on that, but basically,
we can leak it. It worked for Deadpool.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm sure it'll be available on YouTube one way or another. It probably could be. I'm sure BayView's got a YouTube channel. I haven't actually checked.
Yeah, they do. I was going to say they have all their trailers on their YouTube channel. It's
Oh,
just
there you go.
BayView Entertainment.
Oh,
So I'm
there you
sure
go.
it will be there. Yeah.
I don't know why I didn't think to check. Let's not ignore the chat here. There's a few people saying some stuff. Teresa Cobb. Look, I'm not sure she was. We've been chatting up a storm here. Alexi, I have seen Unseen. Yes, you see. So Alexi has seen the movie. It's so good and creepy. You're all going to love the movie. I appreciate that, Lexi. That's from somebody who's actually seen the movie. We got some sound in the background. Oh, it's probably. I'm guessing that's from Doug's.
Sorry, it might be. We've been dealing with airplanes all day here, so.
Oh, okay.
I didn't hear anybody yell plane
Right.
like you normally do on a set.
Oh,
and I see Carla asking. Yes, they're making a second and a third on Mousetrap. They've done the deal. So
a second and a third. There you
Hey,
go.
that's cool.
Answered before I got to say anything. There you go.
Right.
Hey, hi Douglas. You popped up. Good to see you join in. And Joe is the best. I adore him, says Alexi. Oh, thank you guys.
Sweet.
You guys.
Thank you, Lexi.
You guys are awesome. So yeah, Jamie was telling how she was on the first day of shooting our movie. How did you get involved with our film, by the way? Why don't you tell everybody how you got involved? I think you may have told people at some point, but we connected. How did we connect again? I'm trying to remember how we connected.
I think it was through Adam. It was through everyone sharing your Indiegogo for your other film.
Okay, so you know Adam as well then?
I started following everyone.
Oh, okay. There you go. I remember hearing about you through a guy I had actually worked with quite a few years ago when I first started getting into films. A guy by the name of Randy Kirk. Do you know who that is?
That sounds
I
familiar.
think he's in Calgary, but he tagged you in a post on Facebook, I believe, and he was mentioning how Skinamarink is this low budget film that everybody's going to be like so excited about, and it was made for only 12 grand or so. Was it 12 grand, 15 grand, something like that? Really, really, really cheap. And at the time, I was like, "Oh, I wonder who this is." But you guys are picked up by Shudder and all that kind of stuff, and it was like, who is this woman? I think I want to know who this woman is. And
wait, can I? She made Skinamarink.
She's in Skinamarink. She's
in Skinamarink. Still,
yeah.
I didn't realize that. Yeah, I love that movie.
I love that movie too.
Oh my God.
It's experimental, so I can definitely understand the people, the haters out there. I understand it.
Screw them.
I understand. Screw them. But I've always stated Skinamarink, and maybe it's just me because I remember being a kid like it was yesterday, and I remember all the terrifying nightmares I had when I was that age, and that movie feels like one of those nightmares. It just takes me back to being 4 years old, 5 years old, and I had some of the scariest nightmares, back then. It just feels the same, the way everything's so abstract and like, what the hell's going on, I think that's what that movie does better than anything else, Oh, Lisa Perez is in the chat. Hi, Lisa. Lisa was one of our associate producers on the Sewing Massacre. Good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while, Lisa. Hope you've been well. So thank you for tuning in. So yeah, I just remember Randy Kirk tagging you in that post. So you guys must be friends on Facebook or something. I don't know. Maybe you've worked with him.
I got to meet Kirk in person at the Calgary Horror Con.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
And that's where I met Douglas.
Oh, really? There you go.
Yeah, he came up and said hello.
And we've been great friends ever since. Jamie's awesome.
So. I tagged you
awesome.
on this one.
Right. I think actually you introduced me to these guys. That's how I believe that's correct.
You wanted the news guy, and I'm like, I know a news guy.
Well, shout out to Randy Kirk. I don't think he's on Facebook anymore. I think he's still on Instagram, but I haven't seen him in ages.
Instagram more often, but yeah.
But Randy actually did help out on the short film version of Unseen back in 2016. So that's kind of a neat connection right there. We did make a short film for this, and one day I'll release it. Just for kicks and giggles. But
maybe it'll be bonus footage when the DVD comes out.
Hey, that's not a bad idea. That's not
There
a
you
bad
go.
idea. There's definitely a lot of similarities. That's why I had to make sure I didn't have it on YouTube, but
Right.
because it would give away spoilers for the full film. I didn't want to do that. So yeah. But I could see me putting that as a bonus on the DVD or something. So there you go. Awesome. So
don't forget the bloopers.
Yeah, well, I told you this, Joe. I don't think we have enough bloopers. When you're making a feature film in a short amount of time, like 12 days, like this is what we had on this, you don't got time to have bloopers. I think there is maybe one or two, but enough for a whole reel. I don't think it's there.
Yeah, give me some clips. Little AI, it'll work.
The biggest blooper we had was something I realized. I knew it at the time, but the DP was like, no, this is not a mistake. Like, I think it's a mistake. And even one of the actors was like, this is a mistake. But he was like certain that the lights were on for a specific shot that we had filmed. So we were filming the rest of this scene days later because we didn't get to finish it this one day. And this is just what happens when you don't finish stuff one day and you come back to it another day. He was certain that the lights were on when we did this one specific shot. And so he was like, we're going to make sure she turns the lights on. And unfortunately, he was wrong. We told him he was wrong, but that's the one blooper.
Right.
Things had to be done in the coloring department. We'll just say that. But hey, it could have been worse. But we made it work. At the end of the day, we made it work.
The continuity will bite you in the ass every time.
Yeah. Well, it happens, right? That's a low budget film for you, but that's the kind of stuff you got to deal with. I wish we would have just finished that full scene that the day that we were doing it, but we went overtime and people had to leave, and it was just one of those things. We just couldn't do it anymore. So that's probably the biggest blooper that we would have. But other than that, I can't really think of any bloopers. So, anyways, yeah.
Like I said, little clips, a little AI. I'll figure it out.
There you go.
Make
you
it
won't know
work.
now. I don't think you'd know now. He colored it. See, I think he made the darker one a little bit lighter, and then he darkened the rest of the scene and took out the turning on the lights clip. We did this really quick clip of her turning on the lights, but anyways, this is not really spoiling anything in the movie, but yeah.
And what happened when you had that idea? That a light bulb? Yeah, never mind.
I almost wanted to say to him, why don't we shoot it both ways? And I should have said that to him at the time. But when you're working long hours and you're like super tired and it's like, let's just get this done, that's that kind of thing happens. But overall, I can't tell looking at the movie now. So that's the way she goes. Anyways, so Doug, you weren't you weren't on the set of our film. We had you
we shot remote.
We shot remote, and it works out pretty well, I think, in our film. I
haven't seen it yet.
I know.
Can't tell you. Take your word for it.
I remember hoping we could get you to shoot your part before we started filming,
right?
And we couldn't do that. The timing just didn't quite work. I think you were busy on another film or something like that. So I was like kind of nervous doing this stuff without having that, and we were having other stuff on, because you're on TV. I don't think that's a big spoiler. You're playing a news reporter, so I don't think that is going to spoil anything. We're not going to say what you say or anything like that. But
right.
But
I say we'll be back after these messages.
Yeah,
that's all you have to know.
Wow, you do that good.
Right.
Just ruined the whole movie right there. What are you doing?
But yeah, I remember doing that, and I'm like, oh, we don't have the news reporter part yet, but we did have a rough version that you did.
We did
prior to that. That was just more for promo and everything else that we did. I think we still even have a bit of that on YouTube. So
cool.
can find it somewhere. But I remember getting to actually doing it, and I had to change dialogue and stuff like that to match certain things. But what was your experience like doing that? I mean, going in knowing that the movie's already been shot and this is going to be sort of inserted into the movie.
Sure. Well, of course, it's super fun to be part of any kind of a cool project like this. So, first of all, kudos to everybody involved. I think it's going to be awesome when it comes out. But of course, not knowing the full context of a lot of things, because I never got the full script. I just got the parts that I'm in. So, I obviously, probably like a real news reporter, I'm getting some things a little bit out of context and then having to work with it. And so that was pretty cool. And I had a good team. In fact, I've got a friend that we've done, probably about 5 or 6 documentaries in Calgary. And he's got a full studio set up. They're very, very much the same as a regular news station. So we went in and essentially I did put my lines on the teleprompter, the same as a news guy would. And we ran with it. And yeah, it was pretty cool. And then, obviously we did a handful of runs to give you some options. And I hope it turned out great. Like, again, I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know. But it was lots of fun, and we had a good time doing it. I've done a lot of news work before. I know, like, I'm not a news anchor, but I have co-hosted quite a few shows. I actually co-hosted for Fox Business before, and Shaw when they were doing their things, and I've done a lot with CTV and other people, so I'm not a stranger. In fact, it's really funny. I was 3 seasons as Detective Flynn on True Crime, and I have people sometimes recognize me in the street, and I had this guy come up to me one time, and he's like, "Are you the weatherman in Seattle?" And I'm like, "No, I've never done the weather, but I guess I have that kind of look about me, right?" Well, today's afternoon forecast is minus 12 with a little bit of showers and flurries in the afternoon. Don't forget to bring your umbrella. You're going to love it, right? Like, I don't know. So, but we had a good time, and it was really quite cool. By the way, here's just something interesting to share with Lisa Perez. The director on the film I'm doing right now is a fellow named Rene Perez. And I'm here in Northern California, so I don't know, maybe there's a relation, but if not, you got the lucky last name of the day. There you go.
I believe Lisa's in Texas.
Okay.
I
used to live in Texas.
Oh, there you go.
Right?
Really?
Yeah, I was in the DFW area for a while and then spent some time in Plano. But I've been Houston and Austin as well and all that kind of thing. So. Cool.
I filmed my last movie in Texas. Other
Texas
than that,
is awesome.
Other than filming a movie in Texas, I don't really have a lot of Texas experience. Well, we did our premiere in Texas as well.
Let's see how Lisa does. The stars are bright, big at night, deep in the heart of
Texas.
Okay.
And our buddy John Evans from Behind the Fiends is in. Hey, don't be sorry about making it late there, buddy. I'm just glad you got to tune in. Awesome, and I've got to get back on your show. We're going to do a Star Wars podcast. Any of you guys Star Wars fans? You want to join?
I'm a big fan. Anthony Daniels is actually a close friend of mine as well.
Oh, really?
C-3PO, I know him well. And Naomi Aki, who played Janet on the new one, I know. And I'm really good friends with Mark Hamill's cousins. So I'm a big Star Wars fan, massive Star Wars fan.
Oh, yeah.
Did I ever tell you guys when I got married?
Uh-oh, what happened?
No way.
Jimmy and I got married on May 4th.
Oh, of course. Hey, there you go.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you had a wedding dress like Princess Leia theme with the Cinnabons on the side, and that's what I was
thinking. My friends in Calgary did that.
I thought you were going to say that they played the Imperial March as you walked down the aisle.
That's what
Doug, the first thing anybody ever says when they say Princess Leia's Return of the Jedi, you know, the bikini costume, man. So, yeah.
I love that one.
But I don't think Jamie dressed up like that for her wedding. So. Oh, no way.
Cool. That's
Alexi
cool.
says Bill D. Russell.
The guy, not the voice.
Well, here's something fun. If you're a Star Wars fan, we actually submitted a story for The Mandalorian, and it was going quite high up the ranks until the writer's strike. I was going to be playing a bounty hunter that was going to come and steal Grogu away so we could set a trap for Din Djarin. But I don't know. Maybe it'll still happen, but that's what we did. So,
well, hopefully it goes, man.
Yeah.
I think you said this already, but Alexa's asking where you're at. You're in California somewhere, right?
Yeah, I'm actually in a little town called Cottonwood right now, which is not too far from Sacramento. And by the way, they're asking for me back here soon, so I'll have to go in a minute. But But Reading, Cottonwood, all that's nearby. But we also shot part at a western town called Jamestown. In fact, Jamestown, they shot Back to the Future Part 3 there. So some of you might know that movie.
Yeah.
And what was it else? They were telling me they've done about 400 movies there. There's a bunch of other movies they did there as well. But that's the one that I'm a big fan of. Claudia Wells, who was Jennifer Parker in Part 1, is a close friend. And I also know Tom Wilson quite well, who played Biff. So when they were talking about Back to the Future, as you guys know, Michael J. Fox, a Canadian, so they started talking to me about it. So it's kind of fun to have those conversations. But yeah, right, all the areas where they film, like ZZ Top playing and all that kind of stuff, and where he throws the pie plate and all that kind of stuff. That's all Jamestown, that whole western area there. So
Wow.
You look like you could have been a stunt double for Michael J. Fox on that.
I've been told that before, but what's so funny? I keep going from famous western. Like this last year, I've done quite a few westerns. So I just finished Black Creek just came out, which is Cynthia Rothrock's, the martial artist. Her latest western that had like Keith Cook, who was Sub-Zero and Scorpion on Mortal Kombat. Richard Norton, who was on was it Fury Road and Furiosa. And people like Don the Dragon Wilson and Benny the Jet and all these guys. But we shot on the set where they did The Quick and the Dead, for those of you who remember, with Gene Hackman and Leonardo DiCaprio, Sharon Stone, Russell Crowe. And we also shot parts in some of the other areas where they did Tombstone. And in fact, we even went to Tombstone for a day trip when we had a day off, which was super awesome, and saw the OK Corral and all that kind of stuff. So I don't always do Westerns, but I've done a lot lately, and
Westerns
I guess
are coming back.
they are coming back. And my first Western that I did of any note, like where I had a significant role, was in 2003. I did Open Range with Kevin Costner, Robert Duvall, Annette Bening, Michael Jeter, Diego Luna from Star Wars was actually in it. And I actually did all the stunts and photo doubling for Ian Tracy from Da Vinci's Inquest, and a bunch of photo doubling for James Rousseau as well on that one. But tons of stunts, that gunfight. Wow. It was a blast. I hear it's like the top gunfight of all time in Westerns, but it was fun to be part of it. And Michael Gambon was in there. Michael just passed away. You guys remember him from everything from Sleepy Hollow to goodness sakes. I don't know if he ever did Star Wars stuff, but he's done a lot. So I've just been blessed. Had some really good experience with those people. So.
Awesome. Well, thanks for joining us, Doug.
That's cool.
You gotta leave. Cheers all, says the Dark Archives of D. William Graves. I believe this is Susie Ramirez. Hey, my friends, thank you for tuning in. Let's have Hamill Cousins and get some BTS family stories on the podcast. Hey, do what you can, Doug. Do what you can.
I just told him give me 5, so I'm gonna stick around if I can.
Okay. Lisa Perez says no relation. I can imagine that though.
Well, come on down. I'm sure he'd be happy to have you on set.
Perez seems like such an uncommon name. You would think they're related.
Yeah.
There you go. I'm dying to see a revival of the spaghetti westerns. Love Damien Leone and those other filmmakers. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. You
Sam
Sergio Leone. You mean Sergio Leone?
Yes, Sergio Leone.
Yeah. But that's okay.
Leone, the tire fire guy.
Yeah. That's a mix of a name. But you know what? This one's going to be a fun one. It's called Cowboy Bloodbath, and it's like very much in the vein of John Wick.
Great title.
Sounds
and
fun.
we've already signed on to do the sequel. You're going to laugh. The name of the sequel is called Cowboy Bloodbath 2: More Blood. It's good. And by the way, this is mild. What you see here is mild. I had an easy day today. I literally get like soaked head to toe in so many of the scenes with blood. Just nasty.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, what do you have coming up next there, Doug? You got more films lined up, I imagine?
Yeah, I've got a lot, but some of the things that might be interesting to these guys, I also just signed on and shot the first handful of episodes when I was in Los Angeles just before this of 2 TV shows. One of them is called Unexplained Paranormal Files, where I talk about things like Area 51, Roswell, Sasquatch, Loch Ness Monster, Skinwalkers, all those things, alien abductions. Super interesting, right? Like really interesting. Yeah. And then the same production company does another one called The Video Games That Changed the World. And when I was there in LA, I also did the episodes for Pong, Pac-Man, Call of Duty, World of Warcraft, Mario Kart. What was the other one I did? I'm trying to remember now. There was a couple other ones that I did. Yeah. Oh, and Halo I did. as well. But there was a bunch of them. But it was super, super fun. And I think the coolest thing of that, they said, you cannot do these episodes for us until you've at least tried all of the games. And I was like, I have tried them, but I kept my mouth shut. I was like, okay, let's play for a while. So I got paid to play Mario Kart and Halo. And actually, I met Master Chief at an event a couple of years ago. So that's kind of fun to do that. But yeah, and I even got to play Pong again, which, you know, it's funny, such a simple game, but it's far harder than you think. And the thing that I forgot is that as you get going, the thing speeds up. I'm like, this is getting unreal, guys. I just cannot keep up. But it was so much fun. It was really, really fun. But yeah, awesome. So there's that. And then I've got a couple of other ones that are coming up. I just finished not too long ago Broken Sky, or I guess formal name Operation Broken Sky, which I just saw the first trailers for that day before yesterday. And then I also did a vampire movie called Saturday Bite Fever. That's right, Saturday Bite Fever. It's going to be coming out soon with Simon.
Another great title.
Did, I know, but I can't take credit for that. Right? And then with Simon, I also did Kill Me on My Works. Oh, I've got one coming up. I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about this, but I'll ask for forgiveness later.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm doing a movie called Shell Game in November with Theo Rossi and Ron Perlman from Sons of Anarchy. I'm one of the leads in it. It's a big theatrical movie, but from what I heard, they've either got Haley Atwell or Margot Robbie signed to do the female lead, and Matthew McConaughey's coming onto it. So I'll be probably like maybe 6th or 7th in the credit roll, which is kind of cool, but that'll be in theaters everywhere. Oh, and then we also did Fresh Meat with Daniel Torres. He did a deal with Ravens Banner. That'll be coming out, I think he said October 26th, and I think they're getting an initial launch of 200 screens across Canada, and that's really cool. Tons of people that you'd know. There was a guy from Thanksgiving with Eli Roth. There was a girl from the Elvis movie, Priscilla, a couple from Under the Banner of Heaven. Like, it's a really big cast about a group of influencers that break into an abandoned prison, and I play a guy named Sheriff Bellamy who keeps them out or tries to keep them out. And those kids, when they go in there, they let something loose that was never supposed to be discovered, and it's going to be nasty. Yeah, it's also very bloody, but it'll be a good one too. So yeah,
there you go. Awesome. So,
yeah, so that's what's going on. That's what's going on. Yeah, I got a busy year. I'm pretty booked until I think now next October. So not this one coming, but the one after. So we'll see how it goes.
Good for you.
Busy, that's for sure. Yeah, good for you.
Congratulations.
It sounds like you all are pretty busy for the most part.
Busy is good, right? Especially after the strike and you know, not just the actor strike, but the writer strike too. I'm so glad that things are kind of back to normal, because they still didn't get that way from COVID. But the thing I'm also finding amazing is just that people are still coming to theaters. So for anybody that's out there, a fan that's watching, please continue to go to theaters. That's where movies were meant to be seen, as a community experience shared with everybody. Plus, music or movie doesn't really work unless you have popcorn and a Coke. That's just my opinion. And honestly, I want to say from the bottom of my heart, maybe this will be my departing words, I really am so grateful for those that come out and see movies, because if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be making movies. And you know, we just when people say, hey, do you ever get a chance to hang out with your fans? I don't call them fans, I call them friends, because you love movies. I also love movies. Chances are very good we love the same movies. So we really are like a family here. So I'm so grateful that you're still watching movies, because I am. And I'm also very grateful for the streaming services that are so kind and generous to independent filmmakers that are now stepping away from these union productions. And also, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but Hollywood has got a tendency to put out a lot of the same kind of feeling movies, because most of them are publicly traded companies. So they're not artists like they used to be. But I'm so grateful that the streaming services and the theaters are really supporting artists and helping us to get original stories out there for you guys. And I'm just going to also say that if you're in this audience right now and you're like, man, I love the movie industry, I'd love to be part of it. And I'm going to say, then do it. Because I started as a fan too. My first movie I made when I was 7, but I've always been a fan. And if you have in your heart this idea that you got a story to tell, whether it's as an actor, a director, cinematographer, screenwriter, you fill in the blank, or somebody like Steve who does every job, then get out there. Yeah, get out there and do it. There's never been a better time in the history of the world. The equipment is there. The distributors are ready to help you. There's actors just like us that are ready to jump on board your films. There's no reason in the world why you couldn't do it. And if you don't have a big budget, that's fine. Start with your damn phone. Right? Start telling a story with your phone, and you'd be surprised how many people will come out of the woodwork to help you. It's a time where I believe those of us who are filmmakers, storytellers, whatever you want to call us, we got to stick together. And this world is changing really fast, and it's got room for you. And so get out there. If your heart's telling you got a story to tell, you got to do it. Don't ignore that. So that's my 2 cents.
Awesome. I love it. Love it. That's great words from the great Douglas Vermeer, and thank you so much for joining us today there, Douglas. And like he said, support indie film, support our Finishing Funds Indiegogo campaign. Let's see if we can get this movie into theaters. There's potential.
But by the way, I'm going to share with you just an interesting thing you didn't maybe know about theaters, and I'm happy to help you offline about this, Steve. There's 2 tiers of theaters right now that are really receptive to films. So in the United States, AMC and Regal both have what they call a 50-50 deal. If your film is great, they will do a 50-50 revenue split with you. They'll share it first in a small geographical area. If it's got legs, they'll expand it beyond that. And groups like Terrifier have done that, for example. You basically, as a filmmaker, have to get the bums in chairs and, get social media ads or traction or whatever you got to do. But they will put the film in there and they'll do a rev share with you. Landmark in Canada is talking about doing the same thing. But there's an organization in Canada specifically that is the tier B theaters, so like the dollar theaters. They are also looking for content. And oftentimes they will do revenue splits with you too. But just keep in mind, obviously, in a dollar theater, what are you paying $5 now? So you got to sell a lot more seats there than you do elsewhere. But the cool thing is if you can get the theatrical release, if you can build a grassroots campaign, especially partner with the horror conventions, all that kind of stuff. If you can get the grassroots campaign going and you've got a good theatrical release, you'll definitely have a better chance of getting a stronger distribution deal. Now, you've already got BayView involved, but what I'd be telling BayView is say, hey, you got people like me and Jamie, and I know Brett Wagner is a good friend of mine too. They're doing conventions left and right. I'm doing conventions left and right. Jamie's doing conventions left and right. Give us a stack of marketing material that we can even give away at that table and tell BayView, put it in a theater of the same town where those conventions are happening, and they'll put us on a panel. Like, Jamie, you did a panel in Calgary. I just did one in Calgary not too long ago. We can talk about these things. We can tell people to come out and be part of this. And as you know, also, I'm going to get my publicists involved in this. I've got a lot of really big connections with people like Rue Morgue and Scream and some non-horror ones. In fact, it's kind of funny. Here's a little flex that's kind of hilarious. They just had me on the cover of GQ for 4 of their different territories this year. Wow. Now, I'm not a good-looking guy, so I don't know why they did that.
Come on, man.
But all that says is I've got a damn good publicist. But we're going to promote this. This is a movie we want to get behind. And, I get behind every film I'm in. But I'm excited because I know the blood, sweat, and tears that goes into making a film like this. And we got. I
just signed my name in blood for this movie.
There you go. Yeah, that's important. And I would imagine that Steve's probably a little bit like, what Robert Rodriguez did. He probably gave a couple pints of blood just to get the budget where it needed to be. You never know. And if not, Steve, there's an idea. It's not too late.
This is not a bloody movie, guys.
It's not too late.
This is not the next.
What if we did that? Instead of Indiegogo, we just turned to all the cast and crew and says everybody's going to donate a couple pints, and that should give us some cash. And I don't know.
You can make good money selling plasma. Well, donating plasma.
That
would be a great way to fund a movie. This is a bloody movie funded with blood.
It's a great idea.
Donated enough, I think already. I don't think I can get any more out of the.
They can never give too much. Come on now, they can never give too much. That's
all the sacrifices for indie film. Lisa Perez says Texas. Also, the Alamo is displaying the original bike from Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Cool. Oh, awesome! I love it.
And it's in the basement of the Alamo Draft House, correct?
Don't know.
Probably. John says
not if I get my hands on it.
John and I did a podcast.
There's no basement in the Alamo.
John and I did a podcast with Andre Gower a few years back, and I guess he said today that Monster Squad is 38 years old today. So Oh yeah, so that he
Holy
was
cow.
the lead in that. He was the kid in that, and so there you go. Kevin
Oh, yeah,
Smith has a theater in New Jersey called Smodcastle, where he shows
Yeah.
independent film. Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
hey, look who this is, another cast member right here. This is Destry Webster.
Nice. Looks just like me.
Yeah, I know. 'Cause Douglas plays Destry Webster in the movie, and this is Destry.
I know
Webster
that, dude.
That's
who
awesome.
plays-
Well, he's better looking than me. I don't know what I got to do. Maybe I got to call makeup in to get me all sorted out.
There you go. Yeah, Destry plays Sam in the movie. It's not a huge role, but it's a role. You're in the movie, dude.
Cool deal.
He keeps
That's
asking
awesome.
me if I cut a scene or not. I'm like, no, we didn't cut your scene. Your scene is in the movie. And there's our buddy John from Doomsday's Crypt. Thank you for tuning in, John.
Hey, John.
Hey, John.
I
How's it
remember
going,
you said
buddy?
you might not be able to make it because you're going to a birthday party today. So thank you for tuning in, man. That's really awesome. Absolutely, Doug. We are working on it. Let's chat some more and with our team about it. Appreciate you. Love to get the movies into theaters and promote it at cons. Yeah, I really like that idea, Doug. Let's chat about it some more. And I'm sure BayView seems pretty open about all this stuff.
Right.
So yeah, we've already said we're going to discuss different marketing strategies and stuff like that. So. But
Happy to help you also if you guys want to do some kind of a premiere in LA. We've done a few of those.
Oh,
There's a variety of theaters that are cool. Vegas is also another place I can pull on a lot of favors. What's really kind of funny. Here's just a bit of trivia. So I'm like a second or third cousin to Elvis Presley, and I've got a lot of his I've got a lot of his personal memorabilia, including a guitar that they want from me, the first guitar that he used when he performed in Vegas for the very first time. And I've got the pants that he wore in Jailhouse Rock, and I've got tons of rings and karate patches and all this stuff. So they want to do a kind of a display with some of the stuff from my family members. And so I've kind of told them, hey, if you want to do that, this is what you got to do for me. So Vegas is a town we could probably arrange something to.
I would love it, man. I've never been to Vegas, actually. I've been to LA.
Well, then you got to go.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll win the whole budget. Maybe you can win back the whole budget in your first night there.
This is why we need you people to donate to our Indiegogo campaign to help get this big premiere in Vegas, baby. Vegas.
That'd be awesome. Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Destry Webster says gain 50 pounds to look like me. There.
I'll start working on it.
I'll work on it. Oh, come on, buddy. John says just got back, so able to. Oh, great, you're able to make it back, dude. Glad you were able to make it back. Sorry, kind of stupid with the weird sense of humor. I think your sense of humor is great, John.
That's awesome.
John and the John from Doomsdays and John from Behind the Crypt, Behind the Fiends. Oh my God, I get it mixed up. Behind the Crypt, Doomsdays Fiends. Right. Anyways.
A tale of two Johns.
Do any of you guys have anything else you want to plug before we wrap this up for the night?
I just like to say we had the premiere for Vic Effects last night.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I've heard about that. Yeah.
Yeah, in St. Charles, Illinois. And like Douglas was saying, on the big screen in a theater, and we were fortunate. We pretty much had a full house. So you got an audience to react to everything. It's the best way to experience a film. This movie is about make a Foley artist who creates sound effects for horror movies. Cool. So being in a theater with a theater sound and all of that was really vital. And I got to agree with Douglas. It's starting to make a resurgence. People are starting to go back to theaters, and it's, I as well grew up in love with movies. And when I first moved to Chicago as a young man, I couldn't, because I moved from rural Wisconsin to Chicago, and I went to movies literally every night of the week for about 3 years.
Oh, wow.
Because I didn't have that opportunity before. So I get that idea that's you grow up loving movies and you want to be part of that.
There you go. Awesome.
Cool.
Does anybody in we might have a what is it? Sweet. That would be great to meet up in Vegas. Have a good man. I'd love to go to Vegas. I'd love to go to Vegas.
I know that the Palms actually has a movie theater in it, and they have done several premieres there with friends of mine. So the Palms is really accommodating to that. They will set up a red carpet, everything else. In fact, the very first one I went to, this brings back memories. You guys remember Robin Leach from The Lifestyles of the Rich?
Oh, yeah.
God, yes.
Oh, yeah, Robin.
Champagne wishes and caviar dream.
So Robin introduced everybody as they walked the carpet, which was kind of interesting. He'd announced them, which was really kind of cool. But he's dead now, so he can't do it.
I wasn't sure.
I've got other friends.
That's an excuse.
Yeah, he's passed. It's an excuse, right? It'd still show up, especially to a horror movie. What the heck,
Right?
right?
They got AI.
But I've got lots of contacts there that could help with that kind of stuff. So that's pretty easy to do.
Let's make it happen. That's all I can say.
Right.
I want to make it happen. I believe.
And by the way, Destry, that's totally cool that you grew up close to Tupelo. That's just awesome. Most of these people who don't know what significance Tupelo has to me, but my family still got a ton of family in Tennessee and all that kind of stuff. So, but not in Tupelo. I never had family there. They were all in Tennessee. That's okay. Another story. Totally other story.
I've been to Graceland, if that means anything to you.
That's cool.
I have been to Tennessee. Sawyer Massacre played at the Macabre Fair Film Festival. Shout out to that
That's
film
pretty
festival.
awesome.
And that was our producer Adam Ginsberg. That was his festival.
Right.
Producer Adam and Addison Ginsberg, father and son production company team, and they invited me out and they covered my flight. So I was like, "Yeah, I'm coming." My wife and I had a wonderful time. We explored Nashville and all that kind of stuff. So.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was great. Nashville and Knoxville. We went to Knoxville first before Nashville. That was kind of fun.
Cool.
But yeah, love to go back.
Yeah.
Both Tennessee and Texas Buc-ee's. I always talk about Buc-ee's.
Right. Maybe this film needs to go on a tour. Hey guys, this film maybe.
I might.
Yes.
Let's make it
yes.
happen.
There you go. That's
Bus
cool.
tour.
A bus tour. That's right. Yeah, awesome. That's totally cool. Well,
talking about promoting and marketing, I've been so impressed with the movie Together, and Neon Pictures also put out Long Legs and Honora.
Right.
But they're just coming up with some, I think, brilliant marketing stuff.
Right. Yeah, it's cool.
So put me in touch with their marketing people. I'll
there you go.
It's Neon Films.
Neon Films. Cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Anybody else got something they want to promote or plug before we call it a night? It's about almost 7:15 my time. I don't know wherever the heck you guys.
I'm gonna have to jet because
I
got three guys waiting here for me, going, and I'm like,
Oh,
no worry.
And
You
they're
go, Doug. You stayed longer than I thought you were gonna stay.
you can't shoot this movie without me, guys.
Yeah.
But anyways, I'm not.
You know they're
Just tell
talking
them
about you on their walkies, right?
Yeah, they.
Yeah, they're still waiting for him.
I got earbuds in, so they can't hear you guys. But seriously, I seriously appreciate you letting me stay. So I'm gonna get going, but you guys are awesome.
I know.
And
Thanks, Doug.
have a good one, Doug.
We'll see you on the other side.
Yeah, I need to get going as well.
Yeah, all good, guys.
Oh, there we go.
Down, and then there were
Oh,
three.
that was quick.
Jamie, anything you want to plug before we call it a night? I just wanted to ask, what's his name? Kyle from Skinamarink. Kyle Ball. Has he got another movie coming out anytime soon? I'm like so interested to know if he's got another movie coming out.
They already filmed in Alberta.
Okay.
A24.
Oh.
They were here filming.
A24.
The Land of Nod.
The Land of Nod.
Interesting.
Okay. Interesting.
And then
Super
Ross
intrigued,
right
man.
now, my husband from Skinamarink, he and my son from Skinamarink are out in Vancouver filming. So they're doing stuff too. And I took some time off, but now I'm getting back into everything actually. So things are getting started. Everything I have is all in film festivals. So there's not a lot what you guys can see. There's Contamination had an article in Indie Horror Junkie magazine.
That's cool.
So if you go on the website there for Indie Horror Junkie, you can look on and check that one out. So I've done some stuff and I'm all covered with gruesome stuff. So I'm kind of scary again, but there's another one coming out that will be on my social medias of clips. It's me angry, which isn't something you guys usually see. So that's one thing that's different. Yeah, it's a fun one. I surprised my husband when I auditioned for it. He'd never heard me speak like that. So it was an interesting role to get. So
yeah, well, there you
I'm
go.
eager to see what everybody thinks because everybody just thinks I'm a happy-go-lucky, cheerful Jamie, and I am not in this movie.
Yeah. Well, You definitely weren't in our movie as well, but you played it pretty well. I'll say that, even though it was a short, it's just, it was a short time that we got to work with you, and I thought that was amazing that we pulled it off, your scene. I remember you messaged me like a day after saying, I can be available to reshoot this scene, sometime in a month or so if you want. And I remember thinking, maybe we should, but I edited it myself. I put it together. There's one thing in the scene that I was the only one that noticed it, though, so I have to, there was one thing that you could tell the weather played an effect. But I guess you got to be watching closely. But I did some stuff. I did some stuff with sound effects, Foley. I did some Foley, and it made it work.
That's cool.
We can talk about that after, but I can tell you exactly what it was that happened. But it had to do with the hail and the change to the scene that we had of filming it. We had to do a big change because we just couldn't film out in the hail like that, and had to change the blocking a bit, and had to change the positioning and stuff like that. But you know what? I think we made it work, and I'm picky because I see all the little flaws in the movie. I saw all the continuity errors. I think we've caught most of them. I was lucky enough I was able to change the shots on some of these continuity errors. There was one I didn't want to change because the performance was so good. But it was from Kat. It was from Katarina, who plays Jessica. She did this one take, and there was a continuity error, but I loved the performance. I finally gave in and changed it because changed to another take. Well, the take was good, though. It was still good, and it gave me room to do something I wouldn't have been able to do in the other take. And again, I can't spoil it for you guys, but let's just say it was a continuity error that I really liked her acting in this one take, but again, the continuity error kind of spoiled it, and everybody kept saying, that's so noticeable, that one. So I figured if they're all saying it's noticeable, it must be noticeable. So I did change it to another take, and the take was it was still a pretty good take. I mean, Jessica was a good actress. She was one of the people that took the role last minute. I don't think you ever met Katarina, did you,
No.
Jamie? No, you didn't have any time on set with her. So, but she was great. She was another last minute casting that we did, and just came in and knocked it out of the park. But I'm glad it's turned out really well. At the end of the day, I think we've got a good little film here, and I'm going to do my best to get some good press behind this. And have you all seen the press release we have? I think I have it here. If you haven't seen it, have you guys all seen this yet?
Add a link.
Yep.
This was official from BayView, guys. I did share it the other day. The latest dark cinematic vision from writer, director, producer Steve Merlo will soon be unspooled with distribution commitment from longstanding film distributor BayView Entertainment Incorporated, and an Indiegogo campaign to raise funds for the film's completion. Now, there's a part here that Peter Castro, the head of BayView, said here. Where did he? I'm just going to see if I can find his little blip that he said. That really kind of made me feel, oh my God, he liked it that much, sort of thing. We've built up a robust base with previous films from now reaching out. I think it's after this. Steve's skill in taking an audience through a psychological roller coasters where the terrors inside the mind are just as visceral as those outside the mind truly floored us, said BayView Entertainment Inc. President Peter Castro. Like all great horror films do, we know viewers will get rattled by unseen. So that gives me a lot more confidence in this movie than maybe I would have had since before seeing that. I mean, I always thought, I think we made a decent film, but you see the flaws. You can't help but look at the flaws when you're the director, writer, and you were there on set, and you're the one putting it all together. So It must be okay. Must be okay. I'm sure it's going to have.
Just roll with it, man. Just roll with it.
That's all you can do. Just roll with it. And, obviously there's going to be some people that don't like the movie, and that's fine. It's not for everybody. It's, again, I've said this many times, anybody expecting the next Terrifier is going to be very disappointed. And, Skinamarink has its haters, Jamie. It has a lot of haters, yet do you care? I sure as hell wouldn't care if I was you. That's a
half the people don't understand it yet.
Yeah. I think that's what it's really about.
Half the people don't understand who I am.
Yeah. We never even see your face on screen though in that, right? We never. Well, we're not spoiling anything, right? Maybe you do, maybe you don't, right?
You were talking about the movie. I thought JB was talking about herself. I'm like, holy geez, that's a thing to say about yourself. Sorry, I misunderstood.
No,
my bad.
I mean, Skinamarink.
He's teasing me because usually I'm sitting on a bed and you can see the back of my head and the side of my face.
I don't even know if
no, I'm not making fun of that.
You do. I look over. I look over slightly.
Okay, so you kind of.
I got to see it on 4K, and in Toronto when I got to go to TIFF, I got to watch Skinamarink with everyone in TIFF, and it was in 4K, so I saw everything so much better, and I could hear it so much better. So
but you recorded your dialogue after the film, though, right?
Yeah, it's all ADR. Yeah, we did everything after.
And I gotta say, you must be a great voice actor because I hear you talk right now, and I think, boy, you don't sound at all like the mom in that movie. Your voice sounds different in the movie than it does.
It does because Kyle's got layers on it.
Oh, okay.
The only one that really sounds like me is put the kniff in your eye. It sounds like me.
Doesn't to me.
But there's layers on more. The actual demon speaking is actually Kyle's voice the most on top of that one.
Okay, so there's a lot of layers.
I can hear myself throughout.
Definitely interesting.
Some of it's got Kyle, myself, and Ross all layered in.
Wow.
Kind of neat. Yeah.
Very interesting.
But Edmund was telling me that I have the most lines. And I didn't know that because when
you think the kids would have the most lines.
You would think, I thought. Yeah. But I guess when I'm answering them.
There you
go. They snuck some in there somewhere.
Everybody's understood the movie.
Go to sleep. I say that to my kids every night. No,
I know, right? And go to sleep.
Freaks them out. Well, it'll freak them out more when they've seen the movie. Let's see what the chat's saying before we go. Different strokes for different folks. Yeah, it is. It's. I don't think it has great IMDb ratings and stuff like that, but it's just a movie that a lot of people don't really understand, and I get it. Again, I get why. It's just me. I get taken back to my childhood nightmares, and I feel them in that movie. I'm right back there when I was watching that. Mm-hmm. I think the Canadian film scene is starting to overtake Hollywood juggernaut. I mean, the last 20 years, so many pop culture film series have come up from there. Canada's the thing with Canada's got great content. We have a lot of great content. We just don't have the resources and everything that the US has. Obviously, we don't have as much. So you're going to get more quantity from the US, but I don't know. Maybe I'm biased because I'm Canadian, but I feel like Canada's got more quality for what we have here, compared to what we have. I don't know, compared to the US, but that's just me. I could be wrong on that. I'd have to see some numbers to know for sure, but I don't know. I feel like I see a lot of Canadian stuff, and it's like all the Canadian stuff I do see is pretty damn good. But I haven't seen everything either. So yeah, I'm a proud Canadian, that's for sure. That is. I think Kimberly's thinking about some of the stuff we're talking about in Skinamarink. There's a lot of interesting stuff about. I think there's so many things to interpret in different ways in that movie. That's another thing I really like about it. Still here listening while working. Hey, that's all good. I'm just glad you tuned in at all there, John. I think we are going to call it a day here pretty quick. Which is, at least the Canadian politics isn't a horror show like ours. Well, I wouldn't say that necessarily.
Yeah.
Maybe might not be as bad as yours, but man, politics. Oh, I don't even want to talk politics, guys.
I'll
I
say
have one film that I got to go out and just be background on, just because all my friends were doing all the casting crew. Souls Road comes out in theaters in September. It's got Dallas Smith. We got to be in the audience and sing his song with him a million times, and it's gonna come out in theaters. So I'm hoping to go with my friends and watch that. But good old Department 9 again, doing the same thing, same as Dark Match. So those are out there. You might see us. Dark Match and Souls Road. Those are background stuff that we did to help out our local indie film crew that gets on to Union Films, and we all go there to help and support.
That's great. That's what I love about it.
John
is talking about some of the great Canadian productions, Kenny versus Spenny. Trailer Park Boys is one of my all-time favorite TV shows.
Wolf Cop's a good one.
Wolf Cop, Shoresy. I've never seen Shoresy. I don't know what that is.
Oh, you gotta watch Shoresy, but you gotta watch Letterkenny first, though.
Oh, okay.
Because it's a lot funnier when you can't see his face.
Okay.
You'll see what I mean.
It's off the wall, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we love Canadians here in the U.S. I think most. I think most U.S. people like us. I know there's at least a few that don't like us, but that's okay. We won't get into politics here, guys. But
no politics. Yeah.
I can't do it. Can't do it. Oh man, the social media over the last several months here, I've seen so many arguments, and I just and as a Canadian, I don't want to get into an argument with anybody, but I think they're all crazy. That's all I'll say. They're all a bunch of cheats and liars, as far as I'm concerned. And Deadpool is from Canada. Well, Ryan Reynolds, I think they shot it in Vancouver. In fact, I think one of my wife's patients, my wife's pharmacist, was in the first Deadpool. So that was kind of cool. Just so I know they filmed it in Vancouver. I think one of the writers or something was Canadian as well as Ryan Reynolds. And obviously Ryan Reynolds is a producer and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So a lot of cool stuff. Shoresy is just straight Alberta accents and spicy language. I don't really even know. I don't even know what an Alberta accent is. I think a lot of people think Alberta accents are like Southern accents. It's because kind of like the South. I don't know. I guess it's not though. I don't know. I lived in Alberta for a while. I don't know. I think a lot of Albertans try to pretend they're from Texas. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I don't know. I lived in Alberta when I was a kid, and I don't remember ever hearing much of an accent. I think they talk the same as we do in BC. I mean, Jamie's Albertan, so do you hear a big Texan accent off of her? My daughter grew a bit of a Texas accent when we spent time in Texas. We took this video after our premiere, and we had somebody babysit our kids while we're doing
something in the barbecue.
And we're asking our daughter. She was only I think she was only 5 at the time, but we're asking our daughter what she did, like how her day was, and this one thing she says is, "Well, you came in the morning," and it's like she got that Texas accent down. We were staying with our friend Christine Alverson, who's got a pretty thick Texan accent, but you know what? Even most of the Texans, they don't have thick accents. At least the younger Texans don't really have much accents there. I think it's more of the older people in Texas. So, but yeah,
blame it on YouTube.
Great people in Texas, so I'll say that.
I must bid you adieu.
People. You must bid us adieu. I think we must bid the whole show adieu. So thank you guys all for tuning in.
Yeah.
Jeff Harbor says hi, puppy. There you go. Supernatural, you're right there, Destry. That was all shot in Canada. And thank you guys for tuning in. And yes, Moranis is going to be back in the new Spaceballs movie. Since you mentioned Rick Moranis, his return to movies after like 30 years of not being in movies, so that's pretty awesome. So I'm so excited to see Rick Moranis back. If what's his name makes it through the production, because he's 98, Mel Brooks. He's like 98.
Oh, he'll make it.
They better
He'll
get
make
making
it.
that movie pretty damn soon, because Mel Brooks is pretty damn old. You know, they better get making that movie. You know, before this. You know, I hope that he makes it through, because you know,
He will.
Spaceballs without yogurt or President Scrooge. You know, it's like, no, you got to have yogurt. Gotta have yogurt. Anyways,
you gotta get the dolls. You gotta get the dolls. You know how long
Jamie's
I wanted one of those yogurt dolls?
Yeah, take care, okay?
All right. See you, Jamie.
Bye, Jamie.
Thanks for coming in
guys.
tonight. All right. All right.
Take
Thank
care.
you guys so much for tuning in. It's been great. I'm just going to remove you here, Joe, and address the audience before I go, and that'll be good. Oh, sorry. You wanted to say something before you go? Just say something. Say bye to everybody before you go.
Oh, thanks for having me. I hope you enjoy the posters and everything. Got big things coming, so
stay tuned.
Very soon. Stay tuned. All right. Say goodbye.
All right. Thank you all for tuning in. I hope you had a good time. I hope you had fun chatting with some of the cast and Joe, who's not a cast member, but he's done, holy crap, a lot of stuff for us. So thank you guys for all tuning in, and we'll see you all next time.